Hello, boys. Hello, girls. Hello, non-binary folks, and welcome back to the judgiest place on the internet. My name is Josh.
My name is Erica.
And my name is Christian.
And we are the Judgies. Back and
Healthier than ever.
healthier. Well, that's fair.
We don't have COVID anymore.
I'm not wearing my shades.
And he's not wearing shades. He doesn't have a migraine. I said it right.
Except for I have thrown my neck out.
Oh my gosh, Erica! I saw a video. I almost sent it to you, but it was like a compilation of red carpet funny moments, and it's like a minute and 20 seconds in. Zendaya was asked if she liked Beyonce, and the way she went was just like, that was Erica. Like, I could not see like you just like. And she's like, "Do I like Beyonce?"
Do we think we can copyright that look?
And then sue Zendaya for millions. Interesting.
I'm trying to do a Candy Crush. We're trying to copyright the word candy, but it's going to be that look. You remember when they tried to pull that bullshit?
No.
You don't?
Uh-uh.
They tried to copyright just the word candy, so it's like you can't have it in any video game. Because, I mean, everybody's just copying their fucking app.
Yeah.
But it's like, how insane do you think you are that you thought you were going to get the word candy and nobody else would ever be able to use the word candy again?
Yeah. Well, I mean, is that because like Taylor Swift got in shit for that, for trying to like,
If she tried to do that, fuck her.
she tried to copyright some word like, fuck, what was it? It had to have been like a big word from one of her songs. It was like trouble. It was like a common word.
Yeah. No,
So like
that's
people do that all the
bullshit.
time.
That pisses me off.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it a lot.
But you want to do it now.
Well, now that I'm big and famous, I kind of understand.
You kind of get it.
And I just want to know, we have to set a precedent. Can you copyright looks?
Interesting.
Or is it only sounds?
Like, could somebody copyright talking out of an ass cheek and then sue Jim Carrey about it? Yeah. Speaking of talking out of our ass, we did that for 130 something episodes, and then we went to a Piss Baby meetup, and then we all got COVID/sick, and then not from the Piss Baby meetup, and then we had Rachel on, and now we can talk about the Piss Baby meetup.
Oh, yeah.
So it was hosted in Chicago. It was a bunch of freaking wacky people, and Momo from the Discord put a ton of we get a round of applause for Momo and Katie and everybody else who helped schedule everything. So our first annual The Momos
Momos
awards were given out.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what was this?
Erica won
Yes.
the Momos Best Bonk 2022. Ow. I get it, but I wasn't expecting it. Now I'm like when you like accidentally hit your dog, like you like open up a drawer or something and it like whacks him and he's like, "What did I do wrong?" And you're like, "Nothing. I'm sorry."
Can I have that back? Thank you.
I thought you were about to get us in real hot water, Josh.
No, I would never
when
hit
you
my dog.
actually just beat the shit out of your dog?
Well, when he accidentally deserves it. With the little crown, because Ricky is obviously a queen. We all understand. I, of course, got the Momo's most banger tweet with flip-flops because of foot jokes. Ha, 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 ha.
Ooh, that's very deep. I didn't get that part.
Yeah. We got... Aurora got the Momo's best judgy.
I have feelings about that.
It's a technicality. It's like... And she has VIP little sticker. It's like, you got to give her something. She couldn't get best bonk. She's not bonked.
Could have been best girlfriend of the pod.
No.
That's that feels like it's a little bit too condescending. You know what I mean?
I mean, best judgy.
And the
obviously.
the Momo's
anticipated award of the night.
pissiest pants goes to Christian Roger Kleckner. How do you enjoy me inventing? Oh, and he's holding a little owl.
They ran out of decals for me.
How do you feel about me inventing you a new middle name, which is Roger?
I like it a lot. It feels right.
Yeah.
I like it better than his actual middle name. So
Sure, Eric.
Yeah.
Christian Eric isn't very good.
No.
Mom, Dad, don't listen.
You have to stop Christian. You have to. It doesn't flow good.
It's especially funny because when you write like his full name, but with the middle initial. It looks like Christine.
It's not
very funny. It's actually hilarious.
It's not funny because it really fucked up a lot of legal paperwork for me. A lot.
Oh, like
every time I did a Scantron, guess what? It came back to Christine Kleckner, and it's like I put it in the middle initial box. I don't know why you're adding it to my name box.
Mm-hmm.
That is very funny.
It happened to almost every single standardized test I took.
That's very strange that it happened frequently.
Every single test. I swear to God, every single like standardized test that came.
Did you have to put middle initials on those things?
It just had a box for it.
And you just decided to?
Yeah. I mean, if it's there, I'm going to fill it out. I thought that's how you did it. I didn't realize the real world, people don't give a shit about that.
It's the only place I could get 100%. I knew the answers.
You know what else sucks? My last name, a little too long sometimes. They don't give you enough They don't give you enough boxes sometimes.
For Kleckner?
Maybe it's my first name. Which one has more letters?
Christian.
One of them doesn't have enough letters, and there's a lot of times where it's just like I have to cut off my name, and then I also get turned into Christine.
I mean, Christian's 8 letters.
I can't.
Kleckner is
9.
7.
Yeah.
No, it's 8. They're both 8.
9 and 8. I thought one's longer than the other.
I'm just confused because Highsmith has never been an issue.
Really?
Yeah.
I've definitely have had it to be where I don't have
But
enough.
do you just fill out Josh? Or is it Joshua?
I always do Joshua.
Okay.
Well, and they always pull it back as Joshua because they put my middle initial on the first box.
That's a really good joke, Josh.
And
making fun of my misery.
Fill out mail to send to us at P.O. Box 58, Ottawa, Illinois 61350. And here's some. You know, the last time I went, well, not the last time, but I went there before, like, we all knew we had COVID.
Yeah.
And I was standing at the P.O. Box. I didn't bring my phone in with me. And I was like, P.O. Box 28. And I'm like staring and I'm like, normally it's this high, but 28's down here. I was like, did they move the box? And the key would go in, but it wouldn't turn.
That's how
and
they
so I'm
work.
like, I guess it's 38. And then I was like, that's even lower. And then that one wouldn't go in. And I was like, well, I know it's not 48. So I had to go back out to the car, get my phone.
You didn't just go, how about I do one more try?
I don't know why I didn't decide to go to 58. And then I came back in and I was like, oh, it's 58. And it's like, yep, that's the height that it's normally at.
Oh, that was the expected height.
I was like, it's 28 though. I'm pretty sure it's P.O. Box 28.
I think it's 28, but it's right here at the 58 level.
It is P.O. Box 58, Ottawa, 61350.
This one is from Ridley. It says, you can say my name at the bottom. You're supposed to say that at the top.
I'm
That's
glad
okay.
you got added to Smash Brothers.
Dear Judgies, I'm a fairly new listener / watcher, but I was instantly hooked because I love hearing people I don't know talk shit about other people I don't know.
Okay.
Me too. I don't usually like poop jokes, but you guys are worth it. I make apocalypse-themed candles. So I sent some inspired by the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. There's one for each of you and Aurora.
Christian gets death.
It's no John Wayne Gacy clown candle, but I hope you guys enjoy them anyway. Keep doing what you do. Ridley.
Okay,
Thank
Ridley,
you.
I was going to call you out because this does just seem like I have a small business. Let me get some free marketing. But you then did reference a bit from a podcast that's pretty deep into an episode. So now I believe you.
I felt the same way. This is Famine. It's a spiced apple and bourbon.
Ooh, who's your favorite Horseman of the Apocalypse?
I like the white one.
I like Disease.
Is that Famine?
No, Famine is
Pestilence?
getting hungry. Yeah.
This one is War, Dragon's Blood, and Leather.
That one
War
gotta
is
go
the
hard.
red horse.
Black horse.
That like smells pretty clean.
What?
They're all on black horses.
No, they're not. They're on 4 different colored horses.
Read the fucking Bible. It's in black and white, fucker.
Oh, this one is Pestilence. This is cloves and sweet tobacco.
Oh.
Let me smell it.
Hey. He was about to give me that one.
And then this is... Oh, wait. The candle... They're the color of
Got
the
too
horses
close
on
to
there.
Well, brown?
No, this is a red... Well, it is kind of brown, but it is supposed to be red.
This one is Death, and it's Roses and Petrichor. I don't know what that is.
Ooh, that's good.
What does Dragon's Blood mean?
I like that one.
This one kind of smells like a hippie shop.
This one smells like a hippie shop, but in a good way. Yours is hippie shop derogatory.
Well, I mean, I don't hate it, but it smells like incense and like leather.
That's what this smells like, is incense.
Famine smells like fall.
This is pretty sweet. Thank you,
And
Ridley.
now, my story about the P.O. box. I went to go pick up this one, and this box is perfectly sized to where it can go through the back of the P.O. box, but not the front of the P.O. box.
Okay.
So it's a little squish because I was doing this the whole time, and I was like, there's something really solid in here that I can't get out. And the hinge on the door to the P.O. box was too wide. So I'm like, well, I want to go out. And I can push it all the way back in, but I can't pull it out. So I had to go find a worker at the P.O. box off a
postal worker.
I had to go find my brain broke, a postal worker. And I was like, I can't get the box out of it. And she goes, and then she's like, I don't know why you had such a hard time. And I was like, lady, you have to come around the front to see why I was having a hard time, okay?
Maybe eventually we'll upgrade to a not the smallest box.
Exactly that size box.
Should we plug their stuff?
Oh, did you not?
No.
Is it on the note?
No.
Is there a card?
It's on top of it.
Oh. Armageddon candles.
Probably on Instagram, probably on Etsy. Just type it into Google.
Dear Judgies.
Hello.
I found your pod through the Tiki Talkie
Ooh, Australian.
many months ago, and I love it. I recently moved to a new state where I don't know anyone yet. You guys have helped me feel less alone.
They have states in Australia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so
Western
much.
Australia and Eastern Australia.
State of fear, state of death.
Thank you so much for all of the entertainment. Every Christmas I make ornaments, and this year I thought I would make some carrots to send you. Please enjoy these first-time carrot ornaments, one for each couple. Thank you. Love, Shonda. Yes, you can say my name. And their Etsy is Western Radiance.
Now, did they reference a podcast bit?
No.
So this is just
I mean,
somebody.
carrots.
This is just somebody plugging their small business
Not
on.
necessarily.
It is carrot, though.
Name one person who's a fan of us that would write double spaced.
These are so cute.
Those are actually super cute.
Oh, those are cool.
Well, it's got the paper on it, which I'll have to remove. But these
Honestly,
are very
the
cute.
paper kind of works.
No, it does not.
Is it like an actual glass bulb ornament?
It's plastic, but yeah,
Sweet.
very cute.
Awesome. Thank you. I missed their name.
Shonda.
Shonda. I almost said Rhonda. That would have been embarrassing. And I guess that's it for the P.O. Box.
Thank
Thank you.
Thanks,
We have
everybody.
And the thing is, you guys send us stuff in, and sometimes we send stuff out on the airwaves to you, and what that entails is us going online and finding silly little stories, and that's where Erica comes in this week, where she went to her Instagram DMs and found stuff that people sent in, and also maybe a Facebook one? Did I nail it?
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm freaking
All right.
psychic.
Let's see. Which one do we want first? Do we want the Facebook one
Sidekick.
first, or do we want...
I want the one that contains the word livid. Which one gives off livid vibes?
All right, we'll start with this one then. This is a screenshot from Bridget on Instagram.
I'm already
Thanks,
fucking.
Bridget.
I'm livid already.
It's from r/true off my chest. I just found out my husband is $17K in debt.
Whoopsies.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Okay. College student loans.
Yeah.
My husband and I are looking to buy a house, and this cute house is about to hit the market, and we both really like it. My husband got a side-by-side or an ATV in July of 2022, and we used my credit, but he makes the payment.
Okay.
$18,000 on my credit because of him.
Okay.
Just from the ATV?
Yeah.
It's a nice one. It's a Caputo.
I don't know prices on ATVs, but
Well, an ATV... An ATV to me is like a four-wheeler.
This is a
But
side
a
by
side-by-side is like a little car, right?
like a golf car kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's still crazy to spend
Four-wheeler-esque.
$18,000.
I don't know. Are
Like, I'm at-
four-wheelers like that expensive?
A motorcycle is like this is my frame of reference. You can get like a pretty good motorcycle for like $4K. So like just to double the axles on a motor to make a quad and then put a roof on it and be like, now that's the price of a sedan. That's crazy to me.
Okay. Anyway,
Well, due to COVID, the prices are up, so they're actually selling them $15K over MSRP.
That's actually how it's been handled.
so I was talking to him, seeing if he could just get approved for the loan, since I don't think I can, and we've been married for almost a year. We didn't want to merge finances, which I know now was a mistake. So I checked his credit, and it said 17,580, almost 18,000. I found
He
this.
bought a second side by side.
I found this out. I found this out last Friday at work. I told him to meet me for lunch and that I was upset. I've been crying because I'm thinking he has a gambling issue or something because he hasn't bought anything and like we're not getting packages or anything like that at the house. So it has to be something like that. Writing's a little all over the place.
Come on, Bridget.
They're upset.
No, Bridget's not the one that wrote this.
Screenshot better stories, Bridget.
So far, I feel like this isn't like, yes, being, almost 20 grand in debt and not like disclosing that to your partner is crazy.
Yeah.
But they've only been married for almost a year. So I feel like it's not that crazy.
I don't know. I feel like, how does that not come up? Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I know Aurora's entire credit report, but I know like the shit that she's getting dinged for that she's paying on every month. You know what I mean?
Like, you know the big stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
how do you hide a payment for an $17,000 debt?
yeah. Unless it's medical, which is like, because like something that includes a $17,000 debt is going to be, that's affecting your credit is going to be something that typically you have something to show for it. Unless it was just like dumb credit card expenses on like sports games.
It's worse.
Fuck, it's
Yu-Gi-Oh
porn.
cards.
He's in debt $18,000 because of OnlyFans.
Yeah. Okay.
Whoa.
That's bad.
He has spent probably $100,000 in the last 5 years that we've been together. The only reason the reason that he used it was to have control over the women, and he tried to stop multiple times and couldn't.
Okay, that's weird. To have control over the women. So if you don't know OnlyFans payment structure, it's you have the monthly thing to like view the content, and then there's like pay-per-view stuff where you pay and then you request things. So I assume that's what he was paying for, which is insane to do while you're in a relationship, undisclosed with your partner.
Mm-hmm.
$100,000 on porn
in 5 years.
In 5 years. How much disposable? Clearly doesn't have that much disposable income considering he's in debt from it. But holy fuck.
Yep.
That's wild.
Yep. Though when I was first reading the story, I was like, okay, like that's not that big of a deal. It's not that juicy of a story or whatever. And then I got to the part where it was like OnlyFans 100K in 5 years. I'm like, okay. Oh my God.
I did look up side by sides. So they are like, I know him as a gator.
Sure.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
they carry around football equipment.
Well, so a gator is more utilitarian.
Right,
This
but
is
it's
more.
Yeah. But it's not just a four-wheeler. It's
Yeah.
bigger than a four-wheeler. There's a side-by-side off-road from Kendon Industries for $5,100 brand new. So I don't know.
Look up side by side Razor.
Well, like I can't see the one that's like John Deere brand because all the ones that are really expensive, they're like, place your order and we'll email you back a price or whatever the fuck. So, but
Hey,
like
you name us a price and we'll let you know.
You can get one for like a couple $1,000s. You don't need to get an $18,000 side by side.
It has cup holders though.
Maybe they bought one that was really only $5,000, but
And the 13 was floated to
OnlyFans.
Cherry Titties XO.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
Pretty crazy, right?
that the end of the story?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
How? I mean, at that point, you do have a problem. I don't know how. I can't imagine spending $100,000 on anything.
No. You'd have to have so much like extra cash just laying around to warrant spending $20,000 a year on a hobby, I guess you could call it. Like at that point, it's a hobby. It's not. It's not an activity.
It might
it's
be a
hobby.
job at that point.
A job where you pay the money.
All right.
That seems crazy. You
This-
got to disclose that shit if you're going to do that.
For sure. This next one was sent to me by Abigail on Instagram. It says, "Hi Erica, love the podcast. I recently joined our local mom Facebook group because I'm expecting our first baby in January." She sent me this in December.
There's
So
gonna be drama.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
It's now February, so I assume you've had your baby. Congrats.
Maybe even 2 by now.
No.
That's how it works, I think.
Furry baby.
You should not be getting a puppy and a newborn at the same time, Josh.
Congratulations on your baby boy, by the way. This group did not disappoint. Thought you'd find this entertaining. Oh boy, did I. This group is on Facebook. I'm not going to say the name of the group just in case because it's...
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Probably a personal group.
Yeah.
Or like a local one.
Yeah, they said that.
This
Gosh.
is anonymously posted by, so like when you post in these groups,
Ooh.
it just says like group member. It doesn't say like the user's name.
I like that. That's fun.
So this says, I'm a young mom that recently cheated with a married 45-year-old man with 2 kids. It was sexual with an ending, but not the full act.
Huh?
So they didn't have sex,
Okay. Okay.
but it had an ending.
So there's climaxing, but there is no penetration penal vaginally.
Yes.
Gotcha.
He confessed he cheated in the past, but I feel he can change as he genuinely seems upset and confused after what happened between us.
You can change him.
Does anyone have affair or know of affair stories that worked out? I think I love him.
Oh no.
What?
I know I'd be breaking up a home, but I don't think he's truly happy. His wife deserves more too. I feel he wouldn't have cheated if he truly loved her. I sent him that last night in a text, along with my wishes to eventually marry and have a long-term relationship with him.
What? This is after one non-sexual, like non-fully sexual hookup?
But she came, Josh.
I guess that's all it takes.
He cares for me too.
I made sure it came.
I think he might love me as well, but is scared to say it because he's worried I might scare away and it has some type of feelings for his wife of over 20 years.
Yeah, she might have a couple lingering feelings for the old broad.
In parentheses, then she says, we have an unusual history which caused me to believe these things, by the way. To clarify, it was me that...
Together.
I like how she says something cryptic and then immediately, to clarify. Like, just clarify from the beginning.
To clarify, it was me that's been contacting him. I've contacted him daily for months, and he finally caved and we met. He's always said no. Can you believe that shit?
Whoa.
That is so creepy.
And she thinks that he's not saying I love you because she thinks that she might be turned off by that.
Yeah. He cheated in the past as a one-night stand, but it was years ago and they got together young, he said. Please, no judgment. Girl, we are judging you. I already told him we should do weekly therapy once he leaves her, since we had a sexual encounter and lots of sexting leading up to it.
Oh my God.
It's hard admitting this and is something I thought I'd never do, but I did. Thank you.
Why is this in this mom's group? This is the wrong group. Go to a fair support group.
So next we have screenshots of the comments.
Okay. Can I make a joke only for people over the age of 50?
Yeah.
This sounds like a real Rose from 2.5 Men type. My mom is fucking dying. My mom is saying to herself, that is a classic Josh Gutbuster right there.
Classic Josh Gutbuster.
One commenter says, oh, WTF? You kept texting a married man until he caved. What is your issue to keep texting him if, 1, you knew he was married with kids, and 2, you continued to do so after he was ignoring you? What's wrong with people these days? You're trying to break up a family for your needs when obviously he doesn't want you.
Yeah.
And then another one says, you get them how you lose them, girl. Not
Yeah.
trying to be mean, but men that do this to everyone. If he leaves her for you, he will leave you for the next one. Put yourself in that wife's shoes. This man took a vow. He has children. Those children's lives are being forever altered by what you're doing, and the children will know one day and resent you for it.
Yeah, like, what's the positive?
Yeah.
Like, just go on a dating app.
If he cheated on her, he will cheat on you. Don't think you're
He's
special.
really cute.
Okay, I'm listening now.
And he plays hard to get, and I really like that. He plays really, really, really hard to get.
Our listener circled this comment specifically, so I'm going to read this one. After she takes him for everything he has, you want the leftovers, child support, pension/retirement, possibly alimony, house, etc. You said you're a single mom. Is that what you'd want for your child? Please find attention somewhere else because it seems like that's what you're really craving.
Yeah. I wonder what happened to her relationship. Like, I wonder if maybe she needs to be going to therapy and figure out what happened with, like, why are you craving somebody's attention who isn't giving it?
Yeah.
Yep. And then she posts a follow-up.
Okay.
We're married.
Says, a fair follow-up. I'd like to explain the situation. It all started because I developed a crush. I was flirty and crossed the line for months, but I know his wife and asked him for a while to let me confess and to apologize. After that, he sent sexual emojis, which led to sexting, which led to a sexual relationship just once. Now I'm confused on what he wants as I've gotten mixed signals. I feel I'm in a type of love, even though he has shown bad behavior.
She likes bad boys.
Lady.
He's a wonderful person overall, but not without flaws, like myself. That's the background. I know I'm not liked here, but I have problems socially, which I feel added to it. I know some people have had positive affairs, but not most. Thanks to those who read. First of all, I feel like this is not an update.
No.
This has not clarified anything.
Let me come back and defend myself a little bit.
So the timeline events is she got a crush on this guy, knew
Messaged him
his
daily.
wife, and was like, let me confess to your wife that I have a crush on you. And he was like, no, that's fucking weird.
Yep.
Messaged him for months until eventually he sent back like hot sweating emoji and grapefruit and then question mark, and then they fucking jacked each other off.
Yep.
What the
And now she's in love with him and wants him to leave his wife and family.
He's not perfect. She can admit that.
Yeah, yeah.
Neither is she.
Neither is she. What an insane story.
And the first comment from that update post was, did you not learn anything from the comments you received yesterday? Jesus tap dancing Christ.
There's like wrong fucking group to send it into.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go to a group that deals with affairs. Don't go to a group that deals with being a mom. This isn't a mom issue.
Yeah.
The kids being involved is very little.
Well, no, that's what makes it a mom issue. Is he has kids, she has kids.
Yeah. God, and like, I know, like, to us this is a stranger, but like, what's really funny is thinking like if this is in like a small town and like that's somebody that
You
they
can
know.
figure it out pretty easy.
That's somebody that they know. Like, that's a real person.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think if that happened in our hometown, it would take 2 hours.
Yeah.
Of,
For sure.
Easily.
of research to figure out exactly who it is and who they're cheating with.
They would like probably post it anonymously and be like, but I love Hanky. And then you'd be like, well, there's only one Hank in the area. It's very easy to figure out.
All right. This one was sent to me on Instagram from Bella. And
Bella,
Whoa,
where you
from-
been, Loca?
This is a screenshot from Reddit. Am I the asshole for asking my wife to respect my title as pilot?
Erica, this one is so good. I read it today. Actually, I moved it to a Josh to read folder today.
Did you actually?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy because I saved it for me to read.
This one, much like
Did you really?
No.
the one that you read about the side-by-side, where it's like it starts out blood and then it goes, I was like, whoa, I did not see that
Yeah.
twist coming.
I need opinions of AV geeks and pilots on a matter involving my wife. I am
My wife.
I am completely serious, and I need help. My wife and I, together for 5 years, married for 2, no kids, have an amazing, happy relationship. I can't recall a single time we've ever argued to the point of a breakup or a divorce.
Of course not. You're still together.
And now I want to ruin it.
Arguments don't go to breakup to divorce more than once, typically.
This issue, however, is causing me to reconsider the health of our relationship. Since my wife and I have been together, I have worked as a manager for a restaurant chain. I am an extremely passionate aviation enthusiast in my free time. I have spent thousands of dollars on flight textbooks, sim gear, and even built my own A330 setup.
You don't want to know how much time I've spent in Microsoft Flight Simulator. 2003, though. I can't.
Can't afford the upgrade.
I have never actually flown a plane or started flight training, but I have considered it for a long time. Even though my skills are not a career, I still consider myself as adept or possibly more knowledgeable than the average pilot.
This is that
Be
shit of
fucking
like
for real.
that poll of where it's like 60% of men think they can beat Serena Williams in a tennis match.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you're not better than people who actually fly fucking planes.
No,
Yes.
I can drive pretty good. I can probably fly really good.
That being said, here's where the problem arises. My wife and I were invited to one of her male coworkers' house for a barbecue. My wife is I lost my spot. My wife is a senior software tech for a COVID startup. She's worked there since 2020, a lucky catch after she was laid off from her previous job due to the virus. It was my first time meeting many of her now close coworkers due to COVID and working from home. I had assumed she'd talked about me before, but as we were cycling through introductions, I became less sure. We make our way down the line to the host of the party, a new male hire that she has grown platonically close with.
Platonically.
Weird insert there.
Yeah.
We exchanged casual conversation, and Greg, the host, asked what I do for a living. My wife chimes in with he manages a blank insert fast food chain here.
Honey, I'm a pilot. Is that where this goes?
You made me lose my spot.
He works for a Denny's that's
Connected and a pilot.
Airplane themed.
It certainly comes with some benefits. In parentheses, he says, I'm assuming she's referring to free food. In a voice that implied nothing was wrong with what she said. I very quickly corrected her and told him that I'm a pilot. My wife already knows how insecure I am about my job and how I'd much rather be introduced by my hobby. Because, that's what...
When you ask somebody what you do for a living, that's not like, what do you do? It's, what do you do for a living specifically is trying to ask, what's your job?
Yep.
What
do you get paid for to do?
Yeah, not what you sink thousands of dollars into in your free time.
I play Windows Flight Simulator 2003 in my office.
He says, I've earned the title of pilot through my 500 plus hours on a sim and thousands of dollars put into my craft.
Bro, I've put more than $500 in Diablo 3. That doesn't make me a fucking Nephilim. That's a joke.
Technically it does.
That's a joke only for Diablo fans.
I think it is incredibly disrespectful for her to not acknowledge my skills and training. Just because I don't have the title of pilot.
We'll finish the sentence.
On an overpriced piece of paper.
There we go.
Doesn't mean I'm not a pilot.
Just because I don't have a
libertarian.
Just because I don't have a sheet of paper that says bachelor's degree doesn't mean I don't have a bachelor's degree.
I laughed it off with Greg and told him under my breath that my wife was often forgetful, which I'm sure he's realized just from working with her.
Oh, fucking classic woman can't remember shit about dick.
Joshua. He seemed to brush it off casually. At this point, I'm fuming. But I don't go much further than exchanging some nasty glances at my wife for the rest of the night.
I couldn't imagine being across the party just like... You told him I manage a fast food chain. Fucking pathetic person.
I gave her a glare that only a pilot could give.
I tipped down my aviators.
As we pack into the car to leave, the argument starts. She feels as if I don't deserve my title as a pilot because I'm not professional. Correct. I told her she's completely insensitive to the work I've done. And she will never understand what it's like to study so much. She's currently on the couch as I type this. Am I really the asshole for asking to be respected?
He's so insecure.
This is
so
crazy.
insecure for no reason.
Oh, I forgot to mention that Bella thinks that this is, she said to tell Josh this seems like something he'd be capable of.
Well,
I'm not that insecure.
Josh is capable of it because he did 500 hours in Diablo and he's a Nephilim now.
Yes.
That's true. We all know what Nephilim means, you guys.
Yeah.
But for the
I do.
listeners, who I know Christian's brain is like, I know what Nephilim means, but if the listeners don't know, then it's going to be driving them crazy what Nephilim means. So
Here's the thing. I don't know what it means in the realm of Diablo. I know what it means in the real world.
What's it mean in the real world?
It's when you're half human, half angel.
In Diablo, it's when you're a pilot.
Oh, shit.
Got him.
That is what it is.
Also,
in Diablo
possibly giants? Hey, where's my conspiracy theorist at?
What a sad, pathetic dude. Like,
Yeah.
he talk about making frickin' mountains out of a molehill.
Yeah.
Like, she was not trying. He even says that she said it in a way that was not meant to be disrespectful. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I'm a fucking pilot, babe. I've screened Top Gun Maverick 7 times this last week. I know. Me and Tom are boys.
Mm-hmm.
If he's spending thousands of dollars anyways, why don't you just go get your pilot's license?
Right. Yeah.
That's what I don't get here. It's like, I just feel like it'd be so
Well, what if
easy
he
for you to
fails,
do.
Christian?
Ooh.
That's probably what it is. He's afraid to fail.
I've only ever drove an AS 503 or whatever you said at the beginning.
A330.
Fuck, what did I say?
AS 503. You said 5 seconds of summer, I think. You said 5 sauce is what I believe what you said. I feel like this guy is like, oh, what? I'm going to have somebody who knows less about flying than me teach me how to fly a plane? No, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking loser.
Big old loser.
Like, wait, you're going to get divorced because you suck. Like, I don't understand that line of thinking. You're going to literally get divorced because you're a fucking insecure loser about your hobby. That's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm. If you want to be called a pilot, go get a fucking pilot's license.
Yeah. Or like just you manage a fast food chain. It's not like that's an easy job.
No.
That's nothing to be embarrassed about. Oh god, it's so fucking funny. Clearly she's got cash.
Yeah.
You're dating a fucking tech
Software startup.
Yeah,
person.
like she's fucking loaded.
Yep.
You got a good life. Why are you throwing it away? She could probably fucking bankroll you a fucking plane, a little side by side plane action,
Side by side.
little
plane.
2-seater, little lake skipper, lake hopper.
Little
And we'll skip right over this
Chinook.
to the break.
And welcome back on this side of the podcast where we forgot to prepare a circle jerk. So this is one. It's been a long time in the making. So for this week,
Circle jerk.
we're going back to Auroraisms. Now,
Hell
unfortunately,
yeah.
we don't have any jokes Josh told at work that didn't land because I don't work anymore.
now it's
and all
really
my
just-
jokes land. So.
Now it's just kind of your tweets that don't bang.
No,
Kind of.
tweets that should have banged, not tweets that don't bang. We use positive language, not negative language.
Yeah.
Sorry, so I've got 4 Auroraisms. Okay? Now, if you're not aware, Aurora is girlfriend of the pod, my girlfriend. She sometimes
Whoa,
says things
flex.
that I think is very funny. And so now we both laugh. Aurora, well, referencing drinking, she says, "Isn't that bad for your beer gland? Your liver?" And hey, beer gland, I mean, it's accurate.
She
think.
sounds like a 45-year-old dad.
Name one other thing that your liver is good for.
What? Filtering anything else?
Yeah.
What? Like what?
I'm pretty sure everything that goes through your body.
Well, some of it goes through your kidneys.
I think it goes through both. Kidneys filters your blood. Mm-hmm. And then your liver is your blood.
Fuck.
Okay. But
What's a gland?
that's a good question. I feel like a gland is part of the epinephrine system. Not epinephrine system. The
Endocrine?
endocrine system.
Okay.
So
and
I
then why is the
don't-
tip of your penis called the glands?
That's a different word.
Huh.
And how come when I look over quickly, I glance?
A gland is an organ in the human or animal body which
it's
secretes a
easy.
particular chemical substance for
think
use
the
in the
liver does
body
it.
or for discharge into the surroundings.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
okay,
because your
now I get-
pituitary gland isn't.
Yeah.
That's not
And
in-
that's why the tip of your penis is called a gland, because it excretes.
And because when you go to give somebody a hand job, you go patooey.
No. Joshua, no.
I'm not wrong. the sexiest way, patooey.
Oh, fuck
classic
me. That
Josh
was funny.
Gutbuster.
All right. While eating sweet potato waffle fries, it tastes like a carnival, like if a funnel cake was a potato.
It's crazy that like all these are like you're not that far off.
No, that
You
one-
you really moseyed about, but you really got to your destination there.
That's like sweet. Like if a funnel cake was a potato is like some bullshit like required reading when you're in middle school where it's like, look at how beautiful this author writes, and it's like it tasted as if a potato was if a funnel cake was a potato, and it's like, oh man, the imagery, and it's like, no, just say funnel cake. It tasted like a funnel cake. We all understand what that means. What's like the? It's not IE. But what's like the shorthand for like when you're talking about something?
In
response, RE, like about.
At all,
No.
etc.
About teenage hormones, she says, out of bounds horny.
Okay.
Again, she kind of fucking nailed it.
It's out of bounds. It's illegal. You're going to get fucking technical for that shit. The clock's going to stop.
I don't like that one. Go on.
You don't like that one? I
was
just feel
fine.
like it makes sense because, like, we live in a society. Hey, wake up, people. We live in a society. You have these bounds of what you're allowed to be horny. But when you're a teenager, you're out of bounds horny.
Yeah.
You're doing weird shit. You're humping mattresses. You're
did
Googling.
what?
You're Googling.
Boob.
You just boob. You're like, so if I get a latex glove and I fill it with a towel and then I wrap it around and rubber band and then microwave it for 15 seconds. Okay.
You're watching a dog shit movie just for the one scene of potential sex. That's what teenagers do, Erica.
It's out of bounds horny. Aurora's right.
Aurora
Sure.
said it. Aurora said it, so you can't be mad at, oh, it's the guys. Aurora said it.
All right, whatever. Next.
This is the last one. Again, there was only 4.
Okay.
She said, I'm going to take this pill raw, no water.
Raw dogging it.
Raw pill. Raw pill really hit me hard.
That is impressive. What kind of pill first?
Well, I don't think she actually did it. I think it was more of a like, that'd be funny.
Yeah, it would be funny. If you dropped like fish oil pill, it would have been insane.
No, I feel like fish oil pills are in like the plastic casing, so they kind of lubricate better.
I get that, but they're also like this big.
Well, I mean,
Can we
come on.
talk about
She doesn't
how
have tonsils.
it does feel like a plastic casing and
Yeah. I like those pills more.
I do too.
just the idea of swallowing the
Oh.
plastic.
I also agree it's easier to take multiples. Like when you take like Dayquil as pills.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm gonna pop 2 of them at once.
Yeah, Dayquil goes down easy.
But when you have like the chalky ones and you take a couple and you're like, oh god,
We have our pills from Care of. Use code Judgies at Care of. And so I've got 3 pills, and one of them is collagen, and then the other 2 are just daily vitamins.
You got collagen as a pill?
Yeah.
Well, fuck me. They gave it to me as a powder.
Or keratin.
Keratin.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And those 3 are all like dry pills, and like today one was like, hey bud, another take on that one. there's the lane, it's a one-way traffic, bud, and you're going the wrong way. I had to take another swig and get it down.
I feel like such an old fucking lady because I have like a little pill organizer for
Yeah.
each day of the week. It's the same shit in each one, but I've got my 150 milligrams of sertraline, aka Zoloft, because I'm
Hell yeah.
a sad girl and an anxious girl, and then I've got a buttload of stool softeners because your girl's got poo poo issues, and then I've got my multivitamins because I'm old.
Do you take your multivitamin? Do you take these in the morning or at night?
In the morning.
Do you eat immediately after?
No.
Does your stomach not just fucking hurt?
It did when I was pregnant.
Really?
I would take them in the morning with no food, and it just made me so nauseous, and I ended up throwing them all up.
In
so
college, I would always.
You couldn't eat. God forbid you eat breakfast.
Your girl doesn't wake up in time to have breakfast.
You guys both are so anti-breakfast.
No, I
Honestly.
love breakfast food.
But you guys never eat breakfast.
No, I.
Okay, well, I like sleep more than I like eating breakfast. So
The crazy part is once you're awake, you can eat.
the crazy part
fuck up.
is once I'm awake, I have 15 minutes to get out the door.
Granola bar and apple.
The funny thing is, Joshua, that then I'd have to go grocery shopping.
You can get, listen, 48-pack of Nature Grain or Nature Valley bars. You can get, they're half apple and oats and honey and half peanut butter.
Joshua,
And an
quit
apple.
lecturing me. But then also now that I'm home with Olson, we just get up at like, I don't know, 8:30, 9 o'clock sometimes because your boy likes to sleep. He's a sleepy baby, and I am here for it. And
Hates breakfast.
by the
Hates
time like we
breakfast.
get up and get moving,
Well, now
It's-
it'd be brunch.
and Christian used to come home at 11 for lunch, and it's like, okay, well, if I eat breakfast now, then I'm not going to want lunch later, and it's a whole thing.
Yeah,
So So if Christian's not coming home for lunch, I will eat breakfast. But then
Yeah.
I don't eat lunch.
Interesting. Yeah, I always eat 3 rounds. 3 squares.
Well, back to me. I used to take a once a day multivitamin, and it would fuck my stomach up every single time.
Are we doing gummies or what?
I was doing.
Why
the
you give me that
pill.
look?
I don't like gummies.
I did.
Too close to food.
I don't even remember what brand it was, but it was in
Centrum?
college. Maybe
Flintstones?
No.
Is that what you said?
No,
because I
it's
would have
Centrum.
fucking probably was that one. I loved Flintstone gummies when I was a kid. I probably ate too many and it probably fucked me up. I used to eat them because I thought they were candy.
She
Can
yabba
you
dabba is
eat-
my due until I. Cool.
Thank you.
But yeah, and then
Boom,
I
boom.
learned like you have to eat
Bam,
food
bam.
with it.
Bam bam fuck.
And so I'm pretty impressed that it doesn't affect your stomach at all.
Yeah.
Like I would be like dry heaving, like I would have to like leave class and be like, oh, and I like a dumbass like I am. I'm like, I just can't figure out why
How does
my
that not?
stomach hurts.
Yeah,
all
like
the
how does
time.
that not trigger something and you're like maybe I'm doing something wrong?
Yeah,
maybe bring a fucking flapjack on with it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
All right.
well,
A hot cake if you won't.
All right, boys. I've
I
got
won't.
a listener submission.
Cool.
And before we play the listener submission, we play a listener submitted sound.
You want to send that in judgiespot@gmail.com. Label it listener submitted sound or listener submitted story. And hey, if it's Reddit, screenshots. Screenshots are your friend.
Oh, I don't think they
Christian-
saved an order.
I feel like I always get episodes where you play the sounds and it always fucks up on your phone. So let's try to get it in one this time.
I'm gonna goof it up on purpose. I couldn't possibly. I made sure the volume's all the way up. I couldn't possibly have goofed this one up, guys. Erica's the one that's told me what sound to play.
Slab of meat in the corner.
Oreo isn't a steak.
Oh, meatloaf is its own thing. It's a steak.
It's got ice in it. It's a soup. Soup.
So does a steak.
You fools.
What did I say meatloaf was?
I honestly think it's more of steak here.
It rhymes. It has to be too. Waffle's a cake.
Waffle's pretty close to a cake. I think it depends
hang
on
on.
how much syrup
I'm
you
fucking
put
around
around
this
it.
entire
now.
time. If waffle's not a cake, I quit the podcast. That's insane. That's asinine. Red Bull is steak.
Do you have a feature in music? You guys need to put. Somebody needs to clip Erica saying, "Do I have a future in music?" And any listener submitted sound that samples us, put that at the end. It's like our DJ Khaled is. Do I have a future in music?
That was from Anthony.
Anthony Serrato.
Yep.
You motherfucker. Thank you, Anthony. Somebody did email us like, guys, you're being crazy. A meatball is a
Is a cupcake?
is a cupcake, and it's like, shut the fuck up. A meatball is one thing. It's a steak. Yes, you can add
No.
breadcrumbs.
What?
Yes, you can add breadcrumbs.
A meatball is no.
Josh, I'm on board with you on this one.
No,
a
we're
meatball
moving
gets
on.
added unless it's a meatball and then a sauce and then it's a soup again.
No, it's not soup. Erica, you can go.
Swedish
It is-
meatballs, soup.
It is really funny in that audio when you said waffle is like kind of a cake. I was just like, no, what the fuck?
Hey, Judgies.
Hello.
Hello.
I found your podcast on TikTok a few months ago.
Australian.
I'm not much of a podcast listener, but I love your podcast. Thank you.
Thanks.
I have a pretty terrible roommate story for your consideration. Disclaimer, all names have been changed.
Is it a terrible roommate story or a terrible roommate story? Because we don't want the latter. We want the former.
It's the former. My senior year of college, I lived in a house off campus with 3 other girls, Sarah, Nina, and Katie.
Santa Nina
Those
and
are
the Pinta Maria.
I was gonna say those are the boats that Marco Polo took or something, right?
The Pinta Maria, really?
Santa Maria.
Well, you said Pinta Maria.
No, I said the Pinta, the Maria, and the Santa Marina. Mm-hmm. I don't practice Santa Marina, so that's why I don't know them very good.
We had a host of issues, like Katie bitching me out the day she came home from fall break because I didn't clean up a mess that she made in the kitchen, and Sarah not sending our rent checks to our landlord and almost getting us evicted.
That's a whoopsies on Sarah's part, okay?
I just had a fucking PTSD flashback of that person who puked in their roommate's bed and then didn't clean it up for 3 days. Remember that story?
Oh, I forgot about that story. Ooh. But the one that takes the cake is when Nina didn't know she was pregnant and gave birth in our house.
Whoa.
I was sitting in class with my laptop open when I started getting a ton of Facebook messages from Sarah, which I initially ignored because I thought she just wanted me to take her to work. I finally replied after she said,
I ignored. She wanted me to do a nice thing for her.
well, when that's like the only thing that you guys do together. I had
Yeah.
a friend that did that to me in college where like she only hung out with me because I could
Yeah.
take her places.
It's just funny.
Anyway, I finally replied after she said, SOS, it's an emergency. To ask what was going on, I replied to ask what was going on. And she wrote back, Nina just had a baby in our house. I was confused, so I asked, you mean she got someone else's baby and brought it into our house? To which Sarah replied, no, Nina was pregnant and just gave birth in our house.
Okay.
I promptly stepped outside of class and called Sarah on the phone. She was hysterically crying, but the conversation went like this.
Nina had a baby. What? Yeah, she had a baby. Okay. Bye.
Oh, do you want me to read the conversation or
Well, I already read the story.
did you really?
I gave them the summary. No.
Well, fuck you then.
Teehee.
Oh my God. Can I go on a tangent really quick?
Uh-oh.
Why are you asking me for permission?
My sister and I were in the car the other day and my mom and my sister got new phones and I had to send,
Who dis?
she did say that, but I had to send my mom's old phone back for her. So I told Toby, I was feeding Olsen in the car and I was in the back seat and I told Toby to read the directions for the box and make sure we were sending it correctly. And so this box had like tape on it or whatever, like a sticker thing. And she goes to take it off and she's like, oh, what? Like, how do I do this? And then she goes, oh, teehee, I figured it out. She literally said the words teehee and I'm fucking dying. And then she goes, wait, what? I'm fucking dumb. And I was dying. The fact that she just went from teehee, I got it, to, oh, wait, I'm fucking dumb. Oh my God. It was so fucking funny. Okay, anyway, you just said teehee and it reminded me of that.
I'm a big teehee.
Thanks for spelling the T here, Erica.
All right, so the conversation went like this. Me, what the fuck do you mean Nina just had a baby in the house? Sarah, she had a baby. That's why I asked if you really did read it. I was like, God damn it.
How else would the conversation have gone?
I say, is it alive?
Great question.
That is an important question.
These all saved out of order. I think so. I heard it crying, but I didn't go look. Me.
How?
Oh, it's in her room. I didn't want to interrupt her.
Did you call an ambulance? Sarah, no, they won't let me. That's when I hung up the phone
Expensive.
and called for an ambulance to be sent to the house because I wasn't about to be an accessory to whatever the fuck was going on.
Great question. Great.
I left class and by the time I got home, the ambulance had came and gone and Sarah was outside of the house crying. Katie was conveniently not around for any of this.
Sarah's crying because she's like, you didn't give me a ride to work and I got fired.
I'm an ambulance driver.
I think that's called a pilot. I saw drops of blood on the steps and I was like, okay, if it looks like this out here, what does it look like inside? To which Sarah responded that she doesn't know because she's too afraid to look. I did what any rational college student in their early 20s would do and called up my
Boy with friends,
grandparents,
yeah.
who are both nurses.
Call somebody else to deal with it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, my grandma was off from work that day and answered the phone. I explained that everything was okay, but my roommate had a baby in our house and I didn't know what to do or to clean up or wear other than gloves. She offered to come over and help clean up, which I graciously accepted.
Thanks, Grandma.
Absolute grandma move right there.
And then put my grandfather on the phone while she got her things together. The conversation with my grandfather went something like this.
Hey, my roommate had a baby in my house. What? Yeah, I don't know anything else, but Grandma's coming over to help clean it up. Okay, well, I can come too. I'm also a nurse.
No, not even close, actually.
Fuck. I didn't read this one. I'm going to be honest.
She calls her grandpa Poppy, which I think is cute. Poppy, was it a boy or a girl? Me. I don't know. I wasn't there. Poppy. Did they tie off the umbilical cord before they cut it? Me. No idea. Poppy. Did they take the placenta with them? Me. I hope so, but I didn't check. Poppy. You know, I was almost an OBGYN nurse.
I feel like I wasn't that far off.
Me, that's cool, but that doesn't help me now.
You aren't saying Poppy.
Mimi in the background. That's what she calls her grandma.
Come
Very cute.
on.
Ask her if they have a mop and a bucket. Me sobbing. We have a Swiffer.
Oh, no, that's just going to push it
Wet jet?
around.
Wet jet or is it just regular Swiffer?
Just regular Swiffer.
Oh.
So Sarah and I waited outside until Mimi arrived to assess the damage. I ran to the store to buy a mop and we got everything cleaned up. Mimi is honestly the real MVP.
That's what the M in MVP stands for, is Mimi.
Mimi,
Poppy.
very important person.
Classic Erica Gutbuster.
Classic Erica Gutbuster.
I'm squeamish around blood, so she did all the heavy lifting.
I mean, it's also a very big health issue to be cleaning up somebody else's blood. It's okay to be squeamish, but also good that a trained professional did it.
She also raided our beer fridge when we were done.
Classic Mimi.
Classic Mimi.
We had to bring Nina some things at the hospital and didn't get to meet the baby because when we got there, the baby was in the nursery. We were going to go back the next day to visit, but she told us not to come because her parents were there and didn't know that anyone else knew. She wound up giving the baby up for adoption.
That's good.
Needless to say, I was finished with having roommates after that. Some additional context and background. How did nobody realize Nina was pregnant? People definitely suspected. She gained weight but never got a huge baby bump that stuck out. People were asking me if she was pregnant for months, to which I told them, I don't know, it's not really any of my business. Good for you.
Yeah. That's...
2 months before she gave birth, I point blank asked Nina if she was pregnant, to which she said no. Bold of you. That's like, you don't ask a woman if she's pregnant if you're like, I don't know. I guess maybe you do if you're that good of friends.
Especially someone named Nina, because that could turn into a fucking storm if it goes badly.
Yeah.
Turn into a Nino.
Boo. Nina gave birth back in April. And then in October of the school year, Sarah told me that Nina told her and Katie that she was pregnant but got rid of it. At the time of hearing this, I was under the impression that she had had an abortion, but learned that that's not what went down. Because she's so pro-life, rather than going to get an abortion, Nina ordered an herbal remedy off of Amazon.
She tried to fucking House of the Dragon tea it away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which she then took, and apparently she thought it worked because she got her period over winter break. I found the vial of this remedy when we were moving out at the end of the year. Oh. I asked Sarah how she didn't hear Nina in labor since they were both home the entire time. Sarah said that she was downstairs in the living room and Nina and her ex-boyfriend, Joe, to clarify, her and Joe had broken up towards the end of the fall semester, so they weren't together, were hanging out on the second floor. Apparently Nina was going between the bathroom and the dressing room, a small bedroom that we just turned into a closet, the entire night.
Flex.
And Sarah said that Nina was
Huge
super
flex.
quiet, didn't scream or anything. Huge flex.
Well, I wonder, so what? She was pregnant in October and then was giving birth in April? So that's a premature baby, yeah? Potentially like 8 months.
I don't know.
So like, I wonder if it was like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't a full-term pregnancy.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because you always hear like, even like the TV show, like, I didn't know I was pregnant, where it's like literally the toilet baby, where they were just like, I was just pushing extra hard and then a baby was there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's not like, you know, the classic, like, you know, 12 hours of labor, yada, yada, yada.
Hercules style.
The next thing she knew, she heard a baby crying, and then Joe came down the steps and said something like, so if you hear a baby crying, don't freak out. Nina just had a baby. Could you, like, come up here and take a look?
I need you to be super chill right now.
Take a look? Mm-hmm. What's that going to do in this situation?
Just tell me if it's a baby or not.
And that's the point where she contacted me. Nina didn't come back to the house after being discharged from the hospital. She went to live with some other guy, Greg, who she's now married to.
Greg.
Greg.
From the party.
Oh, my God.
Holy shit.
No way. I thought it was just platonic.
I wasn't there for that, but Sarah told me when she ran into her and asked her how on earth she didn't know she was in labor and why she didn't just go to the hospital. Nina's response was that she didn't know she was pregnant and felt like she had to poop really bad.
Okay.
So finally she had Joe look and he saw a baby's head crowning.
Sure.
And the piece de resistance,
Wonderful.
which
Excellent pronunciation there.
thank you, which unfortunately I do not have hard evidence of, but I swear to God I saw it with my own two eyes. The night before Nina gave birth, she tweeted, These period cramps are on fleek. Dead ass.
Okay, that tweet should have banged. I'll say it.
She has since deleted it, and I'm disappointed that I did not take a screenshot. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that story. Keep podcasting and stuff.
We believe you, listener.
Forgot about the slang on fleek.
Yeah, strange to use in 2022.
I assume it didn't happen in 2022.
No, this was back in college. So.
Oh, okay. I hope the baby was okay.
Yeah.
If this person was stupid enough to take a fucking like holistic medicine tea and then act as if she, because like people were like, you're pregnant. Like even though she didn't have a big bum, multiple people were like, she's pregnant, right? And then for her to just be like, no, I just hope that means she wasn't like smoking and drinking
Yeah.
the entire time. But who fucking knows, I guess. If she's dumb enough to believe that that worked without getting a medical fucking opinion. Not even just buying a like 500 pack of pregnancy tests on Amazon for $10 and then just pissing on one every now and again. That's fucking insane.
Yep.
That's a fucking insane deal.
Yeah.
Can you actually get that on Amazon?
Pregnancy tests aren't that expensive for like the real easy ones, but you should always still go into a actual like clinic and get it done professionally to confirm.
They
results.
say that the real cheap ones, the real cheap and easy ones are the like most accurate.
Yeah.
Really?
People just don't understand how to read it.
Yeah.
One line means negative, 2 lines means positive.
Well, that's
Just like
hard.
COVID.
It's literally just like COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pregnancy is just like COVID.
Well, when you have pregnancy brain, you can't count to 2.
Where's my carrot at?
It's on the floor by your feet. I feel like I don't deserve this.
You do deserve it.
That was...
That was pretty hard, Erica.
That was a square shot to the eyeballs.
I do need to ask you to frickin' calm down.
You got
No, you can't throw the strawberry. Come on.
That one's supposed to calm you down.
Any more? Or is that all
I
we got?
do have another story, but it's pretty long.
It's a very long one.
Is it a good one?
It's so good.
I guess the listeners don't get to hear it for another 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Sorry.
I'll make Christian read it for his episode.
Or you could just read it right now.
Or I'm gonna read it right now.
Don't say I didn't fucking do anything for you, listeners.
It's so good. Hold
Okay.
on.
Is it a listener submission or a Reddit?
No, it's a
Reddit.
Reddit post.
Who was did we get a name for the listeners in that last one?
They said to make up a name.
Okay. And what did we say? Regina.
Julia. What'd you say?
Somebody
Julia.
emailed us. They were like, apparently one of us said a name recently, and I said, like, we use that name all the time. And then we did a different name, and she was like, that's my name. You guys have never used that name. I was like, I was probably joking. I don't know. We do go through the same, like, 10 names. We're not very creative with names.
No, I think it really shows.
we're called the Judgies, so.
Hey,
I'm sorry, it was very good. It's a very good name.
I just think it shows that we're from a small town to where it's like,
We don't
I
know that
only
many
know
people.
Bill, Brian, and Peter. So
Yeah, dude name, you got Nate, Nick, and then girl name, you got Nancy and
Sarah.
Nina.
All right, you ready for this doozy? This is from r/best of Redditor updates.
Oh, it's going to be a long one. Maybe we should save it for next time.
I'm reading it. I'm going to skip out some of the not really necessary updates. I have just fucked up. Hold on.
Asshole.
I, 28 female, just found out that the babysitter was breastfeeding my son without my consent.
Okay.
Pretty
All right.
wild already. Pretty wild
Interesting.
already.
How old's the son?
An infant.
Okay, that's
14.
good. That's good at least.
I, 28 female, am a single working mom. I remained pregnant in a previous relationship with my ex and decided to carry the pregnancy to term since I was very excited to become a mom. I was able to get 12 weeks unpaid maternity leave from work, and after that, since I live very far away from my family and had no one who could help, I started looking for a babysitter. Fortunately, in no time, I found a fellow 32 female mom who agreed to come to my house to watch and take care of my newborn 5 days a week for 9 hours from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Whoa.
She was super nice and bonded with my child pretty easily. And since she seemed very skilled, I was very serene. I didn't give her many rules to follow other than a summary of everything that happened during, the day and when I got home, and that she isn't allowed in my bedroom. Before going to work, I always made sure to leave all the necessaries like diapers, pacifiers, blah, 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 on the table. Also leaving the milk that I pumped in biberons, which I'm assuming It's just like a bottle. This person's
Australian.
Australian.
Is that Australian? I don't know what that. Sure.
Biberons.
That was really bad, actually.
What?
That was also really bad.
Nor.
Oh no.
That was really
Not
good.
getting biberons.
Bad. Inside the fridge, which
What?
she was instructed to use. The first 2 months went absolutely great with no issues whatsoever. When I came home, she would summarize everything that happened / what she did, and I always found everything in perfect order, plus the used bottles. So she was following the indications that I gave her.
Bottles or biberons?
Shut up. However, some strange things started happening during my newborn's 6th month. He started refusing my breasts altogether, refusing to latch on, and after a while of me gently trying, he would start to get annoyed. But he accepted the bottle with my milk just fine. After talking with the babysitter, who was a mother before me, and doing some researches, I concluded that it could have been something related to the fact that he got more used to the bottle or to the fact that I may have a different smell. It was a very stressful period, so it could have been either way.
Was there an accent mark over the O in biberon?
No.
Oh, it's Spanish. Biberon. It means bottle.
Okay. Either way, I didn't think too much of it since he was still getting fed, until it became impossible for me to keep pumping because I wasn't producing enough milk. So I decided to switch to formula and gave instructions to her like usual. Also, I decided to start weaning my child and asked her to introduce some solid foods too.
Followed suits. We all understand.
Yeah. However, after 2 months at his 8th, so this is his 8th month, I started to feel like something just wasn't adding up.
When do you normally start weaning off?
You can start like purees as early as 4 months, but typically between like 6 months and on is when you start really like.
One is like milk normally, like no more, like formula or breast milk.
At least a year.
Okay. And like if a different mom breastfeeds your child, does the child start to look more like that mom?
That is how it works.
That's how it works. Yeah. I couldn't even keep a straight face. I really wanted to, but I couldn't.
In 2 days, it seemed like I was using way more formula than her in 5 days, so I confronted her about it and asked her if she was using formula, and she confirmed. I then thought it was just my impression, even because the baby had never complained. However, something was still troubling me, so the next day I hid a GoPro in my living room and an old phone recording in the kitchen just to make sure.
We love spying on your nannies.
It's in your own house.
Yeah.
Still should. Gray area. We'll say that.
And when I came back and watched the recordings, everything started to make sense. I was horrified. After I went away, she took my baby, sat on the sofa, and started breastfeeding him.
That's crazy.
Not once, but thrice for a long time. I was shocked. My baby was latching to another woman's breast after he refused mine. And now it started to make sense why. But not only that, she never went to the kitchen to get formula or to get some solid food for the baby, but only to cook for herself.
Why wouldn't she just like throw away like the amount of formula?
Yeah.
She's bad at hiding up her tracks.
And while she was eating, she was still breastfeeding my baby, keeping him with only one hand under the butt. But the worst is, she was trying to get herself to be called mama by my newborn.
Okay, all right, hang on. Whoa,
This is terrifying.
what?
This is
a horror
terrifying.
movie.
She sat him on her lap and started saying things like, "Say, mama, who am I, mama?" And my son uttered it. And she replied back with, "That's my good boy," and kissed him.
Yo, what?
After that, I was trying to get myself not to puke. I was heartbroken.
Yeah.
And I felt like I trusted the worst woman I could ever trust. So Christian sent me this, and like automatically from the title alone, I'm like, oh, fuck no. And then I got to that point and my jaw dropped, and I was so upset reading this because I can't even imagine. I want to murder this woman.
I did not get this far into the story. I was like, oh, what a good title. And then I was like, oh, no, that's way, way too long.
I mean, obviously I don't have the perspective of like being a woman or a mom, but like I'm sure there are like midwives who do this with your consent and like a bunch of talking about it and saying that she's asking the right questions to the nanny, and then the nanny's just being like, no, that's not happening, and just lying to her face about it.
After that, I immediately called her and confronted her at my house. I told her I knew everything and I showed her the videos. Her response was that my son needed a real mother in his life, not a mother only available 2 days a week. And also that she was not going to feed formula to a baby or frozen milk, but that she was only going to feed him with real milk, admitting that she's done it since day one.
So she's insane. Was she paying this lady?
Yeah.
Needless to say, I fired her immediately. Not only did she breastfeed my son without my consent, but she was trying to replace me. I'm horrified and heartbroken.
How do you stop this lady? I feel
gotta
like you gotta notify people on this.
You got to change your locks, notify the police.
I took a week off of work. I need to process everything that happened, and I feel like I need to reconnect with my son. I feel like our family was violated.
Yeah, it was violated. Jesus Christ.
So she had admitted to pouring her milk down the sink, the breast milk that she pumped down the sink, which is so fucking frustrating because pumping sucks. It is so inconvenient.
So the nanny poured the mom's
breast milk down the sink.
Nice.
Wasted it.
You could have done that with the formula. You would have never got caught.
We would never
dummy.
got caught, idiot.
So part of the updates that she gives is that she said, don't go into my bedroom. She was going into the bedroom anyway. She found the nanny's hair in her shower and on her sheets. She admitted to like taking the baby in strollers out for walks and stuff, which I don't personally think is a big deal. Like that's, whatever. But if
it's part of the
That's
rules.
about
if it's part of the rules, it's the babysitter needs to respect that.
The babysitter could have asked kindly, hey, he's getting older. Let's take him out. It's a nice day. Can I take him out?
Yeah. Apparently would take the baby on errands with her, and then when people would say like, oh, that's such a cute baby, she would say, yes, my baby is so cute. Like,
But she had a kid.
said to other people, like strangers, that was her baby. Like,
She already had a kid. Why does she?
So baby still doesn't want to latch onto his actual mother, and I can feel that he isn't at ease with me. I tried to get him to say mama to me, but he doesn't want to. And then tried reaching out to the police. The police basically said that there's no laws
Nothing they
against
can do,
breastfeeding someone else's child without consent.
Yeah, they're not going to do shit.
She showed the videos. The police were like, the baby's not, he's doing it willingly. And it's
The only thing
baby.
telling the police does is like, you say, hey, I fired this person, therefore they might be a disgruntled ex-employee. Therefore, if I have a break-in, that's a person of interest.
Sure.
That's that's what you need to go to the police for. They're not going to be able to do anything about this person doing that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they should.
So then she posted on Facebook and said like, hey, this woman did all these things. Like, don't hire her to be your babysitter.
Yeah.
And Facebook took it down for defamation
Yeah.
and harassment or something.
Yeah, libel. Sure. Love that. But they'll help form an insurrection to assault the nation's capital. It makes sense, Facebook. Come on, Mark.
Yeah.
Come on, Mark. We
Get
know
your
you
fucking
listen.
platform together, bud.
So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it.
That is terrifying.
That is like horror movie shit.
Yes.
I would be so terrified to confront her. I would have definitely been like, hey, no longer need your services. Change the locks. By the way, now that you are completely out of my building and away from my child, I know what you did last summer.
Yep.
Probably last week even.
It's just absolutely bonkers to me. Like the fact that, again, like I said, I knew the title going into the story. So I was like, okay, I'm already horrified. But then the fact that she was training this child to call her mama.
Insane. That person is not well.
No.
That is so awful.
That's, heartbreaking.
I get pissy when somebody like, even just like close friends and family, like my mom will sometimes say like, oh, how's my baby doing today? Referring to Olsen. I'm like, no.
Well,
that's my baby.
Okay, I feel weird asking this now about how's my baby doing.
I will stab you in the knees.
I'm doing okay.
I was talking about you, Erica. You're my baby.
That's what I say to my mom. Like, are you asking about me, your actual baby? Because I'm fine.
I'm your baby girl.
Yeah. But it just, so it does piss me off when other people are like, oh, how's my baby? No. You didn't push him out of you. I pushed him out of me. He's mine. He's my baby.
gets my-
Your mom
I
brought
say
you
even.
into this world, who brought him into this world, and she can take you into this world, out of this world, I meant to say.
Sure.
You ever get that? You ever get that argument from
Yeah.
Fucking kill me then.
Fucking do it, coward. End me. You won't. Oh,
So yeah, terrifying story. I had to read it. Sorry that whoever's editing this episode. Do
me. Speaking of ending things, Erica,
you want me to end this podcast?
we're ending this episode, but
I'm thinking of
don't
ending
leave
things.
yet.
Whoa!
Because you'll miss where you can find us on our social medias.
And that's at Judgies Pod, JUDGIES Pod, on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, Twitch, and probably some other things. Google
right.
it if you need to.
Patreon bonus episodes every month and ad-free episodes. That way you don't have to listen to us talk about shit.
Love that.
Unless you listened to the part earlier in this episode where I mentioned our Cara vitamins. Sorry. Or whenever I just happen to be cooking an amazing HelloFresh meal using Judgies 21 at checkout for 21 free meals from HelloFresh.
Sorry.
I don't know. Yeah.
If you want to send us a listener submitted story or sound, you can do that at Judgies. That's a lie. You can send that to judgiespod@gmail.com, JUDGIES pod@gmail.com.
Make sure to put it in the subject line, whether it's a listener's sound, listener submission, listener found Reddit story, and just let us know, guys. You've had fun.
You can also listen to my other podcast, Friend Requests from Josh and Joe. It's a good time.
The Judgies love you. Bye.
Yeah, he totally muted you.
I was like, why didn't I hear it's a good time?
Tee-hee.
That stressed me out so much, Joshua,
Why?
because I thought you were going to knock over all your shit.
Bye.